Hey, what is up, guys? We are at Genesis Gaming after one of our Post Banlist locals, first one, and we got Kyle, returning guest, Firebrand YGO on YouTube. Normally the Salad King himself, but what did you end up winning our whole locals with?
K9 Vanquish Soul.
Nice. Post Banlist? I thought that deck was dead.
No.
You can check out on stream, guys, but he ended up having an incredible build. I wanted to get wanted to see what it was about. And do you have any thoughts on the deck post ban list? Is it dead?
No. It's just a little bit less. Well, not a little bit. It's less consistent because you have less fire names to work with. But overall speaking, the deck is in a good spot. It's not like overwhelmingly good, but it's like it's good enough if you also know how to play in terms of when to commit, when not to commit, how to use certain cards, when to summon certain monsters, and more importantly, it rewards good deck building specifically.
All right, how many cards in the main deck?
40.
Let's check it out.
Alrighty. Start off with the obvious 1 Raisin and 3 Dr. Madlove. Rest in peace, Vanquish Soul Raisin. My boy has been limited. It is justifiable. Madlove, obvious 3 of. Surge's Start. Dark and Earth effect to bounce the monster on the field with the lowest defense is like crazy good against Yummy. And Dark reducing a monster by 500 attack and defense helps you push for game with your K9 engine. So that's really nice. It's all your fault. Raisin's effect, the only one that really matters is the search. I don't think you're ever going to use like the Fire Dark consistently enough because this card's at 1. When it was at 3, it mattered a lot because you had extra copies of Fire monsters because it requires a Fire and a Dark to reveal it. Yeah. But now that you don't, it's like, it's basically not really going to happen, but it's still there. It's still nice. And then onto the new spice of Triple Xiaolong.
So why do you like triple Xiaolong now?
I like Triple Xiaolong for 3 reasons. 1, it's a fire monster. 2, it's a level 5 monster. And 3, it is a Vanquish Soul monster. That's really about it. Basically, the thing about Xiaolong is that it's a 5 for your K9s, it's a Vanquish Soul for rock and for other stuff as well. And since it's a fire, basically, since you're adding more fires, you're more likely to get the double fire to search any Vanquish Soul card, which means you can play through interaction and hand traps. And
it still ends up being an extender.
Yeah. And it's also really convenient as well because it has 2,400 attack, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot. And
gets over Herald.
Yeah. This card just works very well with both the Vanquish. It just works very well with like the Vanquish Soul game plan and the K9 game plan, so I love it. And having 3 of it also helps out Holy Sue and Caesar Valius as well. Because there are going to be times where you're like, oh man, I need to use this Ash Blossom, but that means I don't have a fire monster in my hand for Caesar Valius pop or for Holy Sue to summon from deck. Triple Xiaolong shores up that a little bit, and it makes it a good thing because you can go normal summon Dr. Madlove while you have Holy Sue in hand, and then you can go Vanquish Soul start target Dr. Madlove, and then get Xiaolong, then make Rock, add back the Madlove, reveal the Madlove for Holy Sue, and then you have a Fire Dark to summon Raisin. Which means you can get access to Borger, and then Borger can draw you a card. And speaking of the lady herself, Triple Holy Sue, this card is like the best card in the deck, heart and soul of it. Oh my god, I love this card so much. Playing on your opponent's turn is like absolutely insane. Being able to reveal an Earth and a Dark, which is going to be more likely the one that you have because you're probably just going to be like, oh, I just have like Ghost Bell or like some Bestials or like the K9 monsters. So you might have like an Azuna or a Lupus or a Lantern or Yokel. So you get to Snatch Steal, and that's pretty cool. But if you have a Fire, you get to start your full combo during your opponent's turn. Also, being a level 5 is insane because the K9 cards as well. Yeah.
It's still nice. Just one of the most broken cards in your deck.
Yeah, and you can go like Holy Sue on turn 0 by revealing Madlove, and then you can go draw normal Madlove, get start, and then start, target Holy Sue, search out Raisin, link off Madlove for rock, and then add back the Madlove with the rock, and then you have a Fire Dark to summon. which is like, this deck has so much versatility to it. You can just do like almost whatever you want. This deck is Cold Fusion constantly. It's crazy. And then 1 Borger and 1 Caesar Valius. These cards are fantastic. I love dodging interruption, and I love replacing the guys on my field with bigger guys because it allows you to push super easily. Borger is crazy. The burn damage literally won me my final game. Like, it was just disgusting. And Caesar Valius is insane. Earthfire Dart to pop any other card on the field, and then just revealing an Earth to make it unaffected by your opponent's activated effects this turn. 3,000 near towers plus rock is like almost unoutable. And then being able to burn and also being able to just draw cards is really nice. I really do like the draw card a lot because there are times where I'm going to be like, summon the Holly Sue by revealing Borger bounce Holly Sue, reveal a dart, draw a hand trap, or like draw like Izuna or any other canine card, and it's nuts. And speaking of the canine cards, I am on triple Yokel. Yokel is probably the one I'm just going to be on 3 constantly.
Let's see the whole K9 engine that you got.
So you got 3 Yokel, 3 Izuna, 1 Lantern, and 1 Lupus. Yokel, fantastic 3 of. Allows you to unbrick your hand in terms of your Vanquish Soul monsters that you can't normally get onto the field, like Xiaolong or like Holy Sue if you don't have another card which converts into Rock, and then Rock adds it back. And this card can also search out your non-Aqua Canines, which searches out every single one of these. Triple Izuna is crazy. Perfect hand trap. Converts well with Lupus, and then depending on the matchup, you could just be like Lupus into Typhon, or you can just go like Lupus plus Izuna into Valon to book a monster, or you can go these 2 into Nash Knight in order to steal a monster. Lantern is a good one of. I don't really like Lantern at more than 1 because you're rarely, if ever, going to get to a game state where you're like, I need a second Lantern in order to play my canine cards. You're never really going to get there. But this is good ratio in my opinion. If you want to play more than 1 Lantern, go ahead. I don't care.
Sounds good.
I mean, kind of people that are like super into his work are exactly the
And now onto the generic cards. Triple Fuwalos. This card is crazy. Being able to essentially sculpt your hand by forcing your opponent into awkward situations is like really convenient. It allows you to also like dig for extra attributes that you might not normally have in your opening hand, and it also takes away from the mirror match because they're not going to summon Rock, and that's fine. But
What other hand traps do you have then to go alongside it?
other hand traps are triple Ash Blossom, triple Ghost Bell, 1 Dimension Shifter, 1 Magnamut, and 1 Druid Worm.
How did you like this hand trap lineup?
This hand trap suite is insanely good. So you have the Ash Blossoms to play around Perulia, because Perulia is like the death of this deck. You have Ghost Bells to play around Lupus. It also plays around Yummy, because they can just still make Martial Metal Marcher. And Dimension Shifter, Magnamut, and Druid Worm are absolutely insane. Dimension Shifter shuts off every single deck in the format, except exactly this one, but sometimes it does. Mag and Druid Worm are really just in here for, let's say I have a Lantern in my graveyard and I'm never going to get it back. I'll just get rid of it to summon a guy. Magnamut can also add dragons from deck or grave to hand, so it can also recur Druid Worm or Caesar Valius if you need to, which is like insanely good. And I really do like this hand trap suite. There are more hand traps in the sideboard, obviously, but for the main deck, I think this is perfectly fine. You don't want to, like... My basic understanding of how I wanted to go about this was Fire, Earth, Dark. I wanted to have 3 of each in my non-engine slot, so I'd be able to just flex between engine and non-engine, so I didn't get screwed over out of having attributes that didn't match up with the cards that I would want to use.
Yeah, you have really good ratios in terms of that. Mm-hmm. You were always resolving your attribute effects.
Yes, I was. This deck is like, it's not easy to play, and it's not really easy to build, but it is rewarding. I wanted to challenge myself. I've been playing Salad for so long that I've just become like numb to the concept of like proper deck building. So I was like, I'll just play this because like one of my friends is my sister's playing Dracotale, or was playing Dracotale, or might be, I don't know. She was playing Argo Stars Rise tonight. And her boyfriend Justin is playing Yummy, so I was like, I'll just take it upon myself to build Canine Vanquish Soul because I want that triangle format. And I'm not regretting this a single bit. This deck is so sick.
Let's see the extra deck. Or yeah, you still got some spells.
Pot of Prosperity. I love this card. It's so nice. So basically, what you want to do is like Pot of Prosperity is one of the cards where your extra deck is like malleable. Once we get to the extra deck, I'll let you know like the prosperity ratios for each matchup, because there are cards that you do want and don't want to have for specific matchups, but you need all of them in case you run into them, because you can't guarantee anything anymore.
All right. Let's see the rest.
But this card is crazy. There are times where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and prosperity, and then I prosperity into a Razzle or like a Sacred
Yeah, I mean, it's
Soul, or
just a
Dr.
starter.
Mad
It's
Love,
just
and
a
it's just
starter.
crazy.
Yeah.
One Vanquish Soul start, one Stake Your Soul, one Rhoda.
Really
Perfect.
straightforward.
Perfect. Second copy of Raisin. Extra copies of anything. Converts canines into Vanquish Souls. Converts hand traps into Vanquish Souls. Best card in, one of the best cards in the deck. I love Vanquish Soul start. Oh my god, that card is so good.
Dex Farmer's a great company, man.
Double case for canine and force release. And I'll just throw Snow Devil in here. Sorry, I forgot to throw it in with the other Vanquish Soul cards.
Really straightforward. You like the two?
I like double case with prosperity because it means you're never going to run into an issue where you draw case after you don't need it, or if you do, it's like fine because you can just search out another canine. One force release, you don't need release restraint, and Snow Devil is Snow Devil.
Sounds good. Let's see the extra.
Snow Devil Borger won me 3 of my games tonight. Like that burn alone was disgusting. And now onto the extra deck, 2 rock. You don't need more than 2. Although I've been thinking about
You don't like extra, right?
No, when I was playing Extrav, I realized the problem with it is twofold. One, there's no sculpting in it, like how Prosperity is. Because if you excavate 6, and you're like, I need a
Bash
5.
all your rocks.
If you banish all of your rocks with Extravagance, you lose. If you don't banish a single rock, then you might lose. Because you might be banishing like canine cards, you might be banishing like stuff that you need for your Nash Knight to resolve. So I didn't want the random stuff, so I decided to replace it with I decided to replace the 3 extras with the extra Xiaolong and the double case. Extrav felt good, but it only felt good when I was already winning the game, or I like already opened perfect, so it didn't matter at the end of the day. And then one SP Little Knight. Sorry, I forgot to throw her in there. SP is fantastic, converts Valon into spell trap removal and banishing, same thing with Truest Worm. Taking up your extra monster zone sucks, but given that she can get out of it so easily, it doesn't even matter. And then onto the Nash Knight package. Double Nash Knight, CXE's Nash Knight, 101, C101, and 104.
What did you think of this package? I mean, Nash Knight was just insane for you tonight.
So, Nash Knight is crazy.
It's just what you make all the time, right? Like, there's no reason to really... I mean, like, you could make Ripper, but that card is, like...
You can make Ripper. Nash Knight is better for when your opponent already has established cards on the field that you need to get rid of.
Yeah.
CXE's Nash Knight's crazy. Honor Arc you can just make in this deck naturally with, like, Raisin Mad Love. C101 you can also make naturally with 3 level 5s, and Masquerade is in here for the second Nash Knight. I never intend to summon this card, and I don't have an Umbral Horror. It's just in here so the second Nash Knight can resolve.
Got it.
If I ever get to that grind game.
Would you run an Umbral Horror?
If I had one, yeah.
Got it.
I would probably end up cutting the second Nash Knight, because it would just be like, then I get to flex between 104 and 101, and then the other ones can just get hit by Prosperity if I ever get there.
Precisely 14 times more powerful than the average person.
Vanquish Soul Rocks. I love this card. It's like perfect. And while we're on Vanquish Soul Rocks, we may as well talk about
It's just a Zeus on
and then talk about Typhon. So Vanquish Soul Rocks converts a Vanquish Soul monster that battled into an Xyz monster, and then you can put a Typhon on top of it if an Xyz monster battled. So like if you have like a Ripper that attacked or a Werewolf that attacked. And then this card is just removal. Basically, you're just going to be like using an Earth. You never want to like use a Fire in Dark. It's usually just going to be like Caesar Valius or Halisu, because that gives you removal, and then you can stack a Zeus on top of that. Or you just stack a Zeus on top of it and just have 2 pops to do a field wipe. Typhon's crazy. So, against decks like Branded Dracotail, Typhon is insane. you are going to be using, if you get Azuna into Lupus and then summon Lupus, you can activate Lupus and summon Typhon on top of it. Perfect matchup knowledge. This card stops Arthalion in the graveyard from coming back when 2 monsters are sent to the graveyard.
Yeah, so Urgala can't even function.
So Urgala can't function. It basically requires them to have Pan or just like attack over it with something like Mirror Jade. But at that point, like, you've already burned their resources because you made them uncomfortably go into it. Also, if this Typhon sticks for more than 1 turn, you just win the game because they can't progress their game state any further. Zeus is also crazy because you get to attach monsters from your hand deck or extra deck to it as material if your cards are destroyed by your opponent's card effects or by battle. So you can crash a monster and then attach Raisin to your Zeus, then use your Zeus and another monster to make an SP, and then rock back the Raisin so you have the Raisin in rotation.
Great, let's see the rest of the extra deck.
And the rest of the extra deck is just Ripper, Werewolf, and Valon, the Super Saiyan Sky Blaster.
Sounds
So, Ripper is insane. I love this card. It converts it converts Canine and Vanquish Soul monsters into a conveniently good rank 5. Being able to search 2 is crazy. Quick play spell is nuts. I like Werewolf a lot. So Werewolf is basically in this deck like a triple or quad attacking 3300 that rips a card out of their hand, and if it sticks, it just burns your opponent's field and graveyard for 2 cards, which is crazy. And Super Sky Blaster is insane. I love this card in the Branded Breakertail matchup because you can make it against them using the Lupus and the Azuna as well to threaten removal, because you can just go, okay, I'll book your Golem. So if they go like Draco Tail effect, any response, you could be like, I'm gonna book your Golem, so now you can't pop for the rest of the turn.
It's nice to have a quick effect like that.
Yeah, and if they destroy it and they have any set Draco Tails spell traps on the field, you just get to nuke them for free. So you just basically get selective removal of interruption.
Very nice. Let's see that side deck quick.
All right, side deck, let's go through this quick. Triple Ghost Ogre, triple DD Crow, triple Phantasme. That's the hand traps.
Did you like these hand traps on the side?
No, I barely sided any of them. We didn't play against Yummy tonight at all. So
Crow was good against me.
Crow is crazy against you, and it's crazy against Yummy as well. But so is Phantasme and Ghost.
And you didn't have any Yummy so like if you had Yummy, these two would have been great.
If I had Yummy, I would be siding in a mixture of the 2. Never all 3. So basically how I like to go about this is I wanted to have hand traps that were good into almost every matchup. The reason I say almost every matchup is because if I'm playing against Rogue, they usually just die to this stuff anyways, or my main engine anyways, so it doesn't matter. Yummy, Draco Tail, Canine, Vanquish Soul. And this is also good against Yummy. But yeah, that's just the hand traps for the side deck. And then we got 2 Thrust, a Talent, and 2 Dark Ruler, and then the final card is that there can be only 1.
Is this for like Yummy? Or just other really big decks?
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
So basically the theory is like, if I'm going second, Thrust can also find Staker Soul. Talents is crazy because I can like take your monster and then turn it into a Typhon. Dark Ruler is the board breaker I need because I don't really
It's just the best breaker this format.
I don't care about you not taking damage if you have no board. And there can be only 1 is mainly in here for going first. Basically, none of the Vanquish Soul monsters share a type. So you flip this up and your opponent can't play. They activate like Rahu and it's like, okay, there can be only 1. Now you have to summon Golem. Oh my god, you summoned Golem. Time to book it with Valon, then I win the game.
Very nice.
So what you do is they go Rahu. Let's say you have Valon and another let's say you have like Caesar Valius on the field. And you have like Holly Sue in hand with Heavy Border. So you activate there can be only 1 when they go Rahu, Riketsu, or Branded Fusion or whatever the card is. Not Branded, just like Rahu, Riketsu. And you're like, there can be only 1. They're like, okay, if I make Arthalion, I can bounce their monsters, but that means I can't summon any more monsters. And then they're just going to play on their turn and I have no interruption. So they're like, okay, I'll just make Golem. And you're like, okay, you can summon your Golem. On res, Sky Blaster, get rid of this, book it face down. And then they're like, okay, I'll pass. And then you go draw, and then you tribute summon Holly Sue over this, and then you get to destroy the set.
Or make SP, like you said,
Yeah,
if you need.
or make an SP if they have a trap. But yeah, that's basically it. That's like the theory with it. I like it a lot.
Will you be playing this deck into next format? You excited for the new dude support?
Yes. I'm so excited for Norway. Oh my god, dude.
Thank you for coming on, Kyle. I appreciate it. It was great seeing your deck profile, and best of luck in the rest of this format.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'd like to give some shout-outs. Shout-outs to Metagame CX for having me on the channel. As always, I appreciate it. Shout-out the Shadow Realm. It really helped me tonight when I needed Dark Monsters for order to draw my hand traps, specifically the Azuna that let me beat you, that let me Lupus into Typhon against you, and then you lost. I would also love to give a shout out to Konami for giving me another deck I love. I appreciate it.
Very nice.
Not really. Konami is just terrible.
Check out Kyle's channel down below, Firebrand YGO, and we'll be seeing you guys later. Leave a like down below and comment if you guys have any questions. Bye now. Have a great day.
Thank you for watching.